Good morning students. Today we are going to see very important terminology of accountancy, and that is liability and assets. Before starting the lecture, let me remind you one basic rule of accountancy which I have been repeating so many times in my all the lectures. First rule is owner of the business and his business both are different from each other. दोनों पार्टी एक दूसरे से क्या है, अलग होते हैं, and due to that reason we are writing the books of account of business, not the owner. So both are separate entity. Now today's topic is first liability. Now the concept of this liability is arised when there is a credit transaction. What do you mean by credit transaction? The transaction in which the cash is not paid or cash is not received, where it is postponed for the future date. That is called as credit transaction. So liability means the borrowed money by the business. What do you mean by the word liability? The general meaning is borrowed money. When our business is borrowing the money or finance from any other person, from bank or any financial institutions, and that happens in the case of credit transaction. So the liability is created, the responsibility is credited on the head of business that I have to make the payment to that particular person. The amount payable by the business for borrowed money is called as liability. For example, when the rent is outstanding, our business has not made the payment of the rent of rupees 10,000 in this month. So it is said that there is a liability of 10,000 of outstanding rent. Next example is of credit purchase. Credit purchase of goods. Your business has purchased the goods from the other person or other businessman. So the liability is created that our business has to make the payment to other business. Another example is of assets. This is new word for you, but asset का simple meaning होता है the property, the things, property what our business has. So the assets, so asset है. For example, my business has purchased the furniture of rupees 1 lakh, but I have not made the payment to Shriji Furniture Mart. So here my business has to make the payment of rupees 1 lakh of the furniture. So these are all examples of liability where our business has to make the payment in future date. Let's see the new thing. The liability on the basis of relation. In accountancy, on the basis of relation, liability is determined in business. These are, number 1 is internal liability and number 2 is external liability. What do you mean by the word internal liability? The liability towards the owner. So are you getting this? The liability towards the owner. Simple example I have written over here, the capital of rupees 5 lakh. Let's see the narration of it. For example, I am having my provision store. So I have to start my provision store. I have invested 5 lakh rupees. That is I brought capital, cash rupees 5 lakh, and I started my provision store. So right now what you have seen over here, अभी मैंने क्या बोला? That business has to make the payment to me because I have invested 5 lakh rupees in my business. So my business has to make the payment. This 5 lakh rupees business has to earn. Are you getting this? So this is called as there is a liability of 5 lakh of my business and which my business is going to pay me. Is it clear? Let's talk about the external. External liability means the liabilities, the payables, जो dues होते हैं, payment करना बाकी है towards the third parties. So what could be the third parties? Maybe financial institutions, bank, other persons, the creditors which I taught you in my last lecture, right? All they become the third party. Example is furniture of rupees 1 lakh is purchased from Ram Furniture Mart on credit. When I bought the furniture, but I have not made the payment to this Ram Furniture Mart. So this 1 lakh is pending. I have to make the payment to the third party. So here there is a relation between business and its owner. Here there is a relation between business with its other party, the outsiders. Clear? Now let's talk about the liability on the basis of the time period. This is very important. You can see there are two bifurcation. Time के basis पर first bifurcation is current liability, which can be said as short-term liability. Non-current liabilities, that is called as long-term liability. Is it clear? When I talk about the short-term liabilities, so when the payables, the liability of the business is within the period of 1 year or less than 1 year, I can say that this is current liability. For example, outstanding commission of rupees 10,000 is pending of 3 months. Is it less than 1 year? So yes, 10,000 commission जो मेरा business का pay करना बाकी है, तो वो क्या हो जाता है? This is current liability, short-term liability. Rent of rupees 5,000 is pending for 2 months. That is which liability? Short-term liability. The goods purchased on credit of rupees 25,000 from other businessman, that is called as 25,000 is dues. I have to make the payment still. This is clear. So that is called as current liability. So where the time period is 1 year or less than 1 year is called as current liability. Look there. Long-term liability, payables or dues of the business is of 1 year or more than 1 year. एक साल से ज्यादा का टाइम पीरियड है, आपका पेमेंट करना बाकी है, can be termed as non-current liability or long-term liability. For example, my business has taken the bank loan of rupees 3 lakh for 3 years. So is it 3 lakh rupees liability? Yes. Is it the more than 1 year? Yes. Is it of 3 years? Yes. So can I say that this is my long-term liability? Yes. So this is the case. Less than 1 year, short-term liability. More than 1 year, long-term liability. So here I have completed the topic of liability. I hope you have understood well. Now write down in your notebook very important concept, that is assets. Asset का simple meaning होता है the properties. ऐसी कोई भी चीज what our business has, that is called as asset. So let's see this definition. Any tangible. Tangible यानी दिस इज न्यू वर्ड, ऐसी कोई भी आइटम्स, ऐसी कोई भी प्रोडक्ट, ऐसी कोई भी चीज विच वी कैन टच इट, वी कैन सी, और इनटेंजिबल जिसको हम टच कर सकते हैं नहीं, इट इज जस्ट ऑब्जर्व्ड, विच ऑफ ओनरशिप ऑफ बिजनेस, जिसकी ओनरशिप किसके हाथ में होती है? बिजनेस के हाथ में, एंड हैज द इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू. I am having my provision store. At the same time, in another society, I am having another provision store, another shop I have. So that another shop is called asset for my business. Are you getting this? So that shop, what I told you, that in another society I am having another shop as provision store. Is it tangible? Yes. Can you go there? Yes. It has physical existence. Yes. Can you touch it? You can go there. Yes. तो ये क्या है? मेरा जो शॉप है, that is asset for me. Okay. Its ownership of business, क्या वो मेरी ही business की ownership है? Yes. It has the ownership of my business. Is it having the economic value? क्या वो शॉप का कोई economic value है? Yes. It has the value. For example, the shop is of 30 lakh rupees. So it has the economic value, it has the physical existence, it is there, and it's ownership of my business. I am the owner, my business has another shop over there. So that shop is called property, it's called asset for my business. Is it clear? Example of to have another building, to have the machine, so that is called the property or assets. You can see this bifurcation. It's very important. It is assets bifurcation, very main bifurcation. Number 1 is non-current assets. its another name is fixed asset. Number 2 is current asset, its another name is short-term assets. And number 3 is fictitious assets. Understood? Let's see turn by turn. What do you mean by non-current asset? Asset has 3 bifurcation. Number 1 is non-current. Its name is fixed asset. So when I talk about the word fixed, what is fixed? Which has the physical existence, which is stick to the particular land. Yes, that is fixed asset. For example, land, a building, the furniture. These are the examples of fixed asset, which cannot be moved again and again. Frequently वो move होता नहीं. It has certain limitation. Understood that? क्या building आज buy किया, आज इधर रखा, then we go to another place suddenly and I put that building over there. Is it possible? It is not possible. So this is fixed asset. Its period as well as its life is more than 1 year. जो फिक्स एसेट होता है उसका जो टाइम पीरियड होता है, जो लाइफ होती है उसकी, दैट इज ऑफ मोर देन 1 year. Clear? Let's talk about the next point, and that is current asset. What do you mean by current asset? The assets which has the value of less than 1 year. जिसका टाइम ड्यूरेशन क्या होता है? Less than 1 year. And which is easily converted into cash. ये ऐसी एसेट होती है बहुत ही जल्दी, frequently it is converted into cash. Which are the examples? Let's see the cash in hand. For example, right now you are having 500 note, 500 rupees in your pocket. Okay, so whatever things you want to buy within this 500 rupees, can you buy right now? Of course you can buy. That is called as cash in hand or cash balance. Next one is bank balance. For example, you are having the bank balance in Bank of India of rupees 3 lakh. So can you buy anything, any goods, items, commodities, any LIC policy, any investment within this 3 lakh rupees right now? Yes, because you have the balance in your bank. So it can be easily converted into liquidity cash. Next point is bills receivable. Anything what you want to still want to get it from your debtors, that is bills receivable. The debtors yani your business customers. You have so many customers, 10 customers, you have to collect 1000 rupees. So 1000 into 10, 10,000 rupees. So still you have to collect 10,000 rupees from your customers. So is it your asset? Yes. Is it converted into cash? The moment that debtor or customer will give you 10,000, it's converted into cash. Next, that is raw material. Obviously that way only. And the finished stock. What is this raw material and finished stock? These are also termed as asset, and that is also current. The moment you will sell it off, you will get immediately cash. Are you getting this? That's why it is called as current asset. I hope your this point is clear. This is little bit new for you, and that is fictitious assets. Fictitious assets यानी those assets which do not have the physical existence. वो ऐसी asset है जिसका कोई physically कोई existence नहीं. You can't say that this is fictitious asset. It's not like that. Number 2 is it do not have the realizable value. It does not have the realizable value. उसका कोई realizable value नहीं होता है कि this is my fictitious asset, I want to sell it off, you give me this 5 lakh rupees. It's not like that. Then after, benefit of this expenses or this type of asset is available for more than 1 year. ये ऐसा assets हैं, ऐसे expenses हैं जिसका benefit आपको more than 1 year तक मिलने वाला है. ठीक है? So every year the fixed amount is written off. यानी every year थोड़ी बहुत amount आप उसको साइड पर करते ही जाते हो. So what is this? So can we understand with the help of 2 expenses? Number 1 is advertisement expense. Okay. What is the main aim of doing advertisement by any business? To increase the sales. Clear? ठीक है. So now to become more popular in my society, in my area, or everywhere, even in this region, right? So what, as a owner, I have decided to do 5 lakh rupees expenses, advertisement expenses. I have decided that I'm going to print pamphlets, I'm going to send middleman or the persons who will go to door. Then I have decided to give the ad in radio. So I want to do publicity of my provision store. Is it clear? So that is advertisement expense of 5 lakh. Right now it seems that it's the expense for me. I have to make 5 lakh rupees from my business. But dear students, this 5 lakh is going to give me the benefit of 20 lakh after 1 year. Right now the expenses that turns into a lot of benefit for my business up to 20 lakh maybe, if it will work. Is it clear? So advertisement expenses is termed as fictitious assets. So at initial state it is expenses, 5 lakh chale gaye. But when I am going to have it written 20 lakh, so it turns into my benefit. Next example is of preliminary or modernization of business. Just to have a shop is not necessary. You have to make it attractive for the customers. You need a proper furniture, you need proper lighting, you need a big board for it, right? So for that you are doing this expenses. So right now it's an expenses, but it's going to give you the benefit. Then the example is of issue of shares and debentures with discount. Are you aware about the word shares? Yes, this is issued by the company and its price is 10 rupees, basically face value. But when the company issue at rupees 8, फेस वैल्यू से कम प्राइस में अगर इश्यू करती है तो क्या हो जाता है, कंपनी को बहुत लॉस जाता है. बट when there are so many shareholders to buy this one share of 10 at the place of 8, so definitely in a long run company is going to get benefit. So here I have completed basic 3 concepts of the assets: non-current as fixed asset, current asset and fictitious asset. Now let's see the another term. Now let us see the non-current asset means fixed assets. There are 2 bifurcations: tangible assets and intangible assets. What do you mean by tangible assets? The assets of the business which can be touched, which can be seen and which has the physical existence. For example, land, building, machinery. These all are the examples of tangible asset which you can see, you can touch and which has the physical existence. Very important topic. What do you see? That is tangible, intangible asset. So intangible assets which cannot be touched, which cannot be seen, but it is just observed, which does not have the physical existence. So which are that assets? That is trademark. The word trademark, mark means symbol. The logo of any company. For example, when you see my video or any other teacher's video of the Vidyut Board Vidyalaya, you will find one logo, VBV, in white. Do you see that? Have you seen your diary and all? This is example of trademark. The trademark of all advertisement of all the products, when you will observe, they have given their own logo or advertising and they are doing the advertising. The Honda, the Mercedes-Benz, all they have, these companies have their own logo, that is called as trademark. Next one is copyright. Right to copy. So copyright means that is for the construction, for the basically of publications of poem, the book, story, artwork, film, plays, song. If I have made it, I won't allow others to use it. But if I want to allow it, I have to sign, I have to assign that copyright. I have to make others as authority. That is, next one is patent. Patent यानी the official right. एक अधिकार है आपके पास to make, to use and to sell the product. Any formula, it can be any formula, any innovation, any chemical reaction, any electrical, any innovations. So that is called as patent. Another one is goodwill. Goodwill means the popularity, fame, the earning capacity of the business, how it earns a profit more and becomes popular in market. For example, if I go to buy bicycle, so I will ask, this bicycle of which company? Is it of A1 company? So let me buy. Is it of between? So it's definitely, it is very much nice, this bicycle, so let me buy. So these are the things, images which are created by this company. Then sweets of pandas of Duliram, sweets of ambassador, these are the example I can say that is called as goodwill of the business. Now let's see over here, last topic of the asset, that is real assets, which the word itself suggests the assets which has the reality, which has the market price, which has the realizable value. That means when I sell it off, I will get the cash. Cash is procured, cash be availed, and can be converted into cash. When I sell it off, I will get the cash. For example, is of furniture, land, building, all are called as real assets. So here I complete two important topics. Thank you.